Although Americans have many different wedding traditions, Chinese weddings definitely top the charts and are among the most interesting that I have learned about. This topic is very interesting in case one day you have to attend a Chinese wedding and you're going to want to know what's going to happen and all of the different traditions that will occur there. They have very many, so you'll need to know a couple of them. So first, let's talk about the bridal dowry, and then we'll talk about the fortune teller. Third, we'll talk about the betrothal gifts, and last, we'll talk about the 6 etiquettes and the 3 letters that go along with them. So first, the bridal dowry. The bridal dowry is given from the woman to the man and his family. It is usually jewelry, furniture, clothing, something that they can use in the future. If it's jewelry, it's usually given on the wedding day. But however valuable the item is that she gives to him is how valuable she will be in that relationship in the future. So hopefully the wife will give him something very valuable, so she will be valuable. Usually, after this happens, the wife will move in with the husband and live with his family. I found that pretty interesting because that doesn't really happen here in America much, so Chinese wedding traditions already had me blown away. So, second, we can talk about the fortune teller constellation. The fortune teller is usually assigned by the husband or the wife's parents, and they bring them to them, and they want to make sure that the couple is compatible. So the fortune teller uses 6 different proofs, and the proofs she uses are an abacus, measuring vessels, scissors, a ruler, a set of scales, and a mirror. She uses all of these things to find the perfect date and to make sure that the couple is perfectly compatible. And if neither of these things line up, then the couple is not supposed to get married. This also blew my mind because we do not do that in my traditions and my family for my wedding or anybody that I've met so far. So after that, we can talk about the betrothal gift. The betrothal gift is usually given from a man to his wife and her family. This is usually food, cake, pork, just more food than anything. Usually the fruit that's given is in even numbers, and this is more of just a tradition and not like really a superstition, but something that they feel accustomed they have to do. That has to be even numbers. Usually the basket that they get all the fruits and everything and they put it in is from a Chinese wedding cake shop. They don't get it, go out and buy it anywhere else. They don't make it. They go get it from a Chinese wedding cake shop every time. I thought that was pretty interesting. Something simple, but something very meaningful that they all have to do. So finally, we can talk about the 3 letters and the 6 etiquettes that have to do with all of this combined. So we have the betrothal letter, which is given to the bride from the husband. We also have a gift letter, which has a list of all the gifts that are needed. And then we also finally have a wedding letter. And this is used on the day the groom met his bride at home and is also given to the bride. So after those 3 letters are given, we have 6 etiquettes that we will follow. These have to do with the other 3 main topics, the bridal dowry, the fortune teller, and the betrothal gift, but it just has all to do. So also a man must first propose to his lady with a matchmaker that is signed with his parents. His parents bring a matchmaker and make sure that the woman is okay for him, and usually this matchmaker is usually a woman. Also, the birthday matching is very important. Birthday matching is another etiquette that takes place and goes along with the fortune teller constellation. She takes the bride's birthday, she takes the man's birthday, and she makes sure that they line up to make sure that they are perfect for each other. The fortune teller has a lot to do with the setting up of the bride and the groom, because if they're not perfect, then the wedding's not going to be perfect and they're not going to live a happy life. And that is the whole goal of Chinese weddings, is to have a happy life with your family. The betrothal gifts that are given by a matchmaker after the fortune teller makes sure the birthdays are set up and the couple is perfect. So once the fortune teller says you're good to go, the matchmaker comes in and she gives all the gifts. Wedding gifts are also given by the bride's family to show respect for the husband's family, and this is huge. The husband's family must feel respected, and so for them to feel respected, the wife and her family must give wedding gifts. The wedding date is also chosen by the fortune teller because the man's family asked them to, and this has to do with astrological signs and the 6 proofs. Finally, the wedding ceremony is really just up to what the bride and the groom want. They can have a religious one or they can have a non-religious one, but it's surely up to them. Many have an all-red wedding. Many have a small get-together. usually the party after is the biggest thing. Well, finally, we have come to an end, and I hope you enjoyed this. Chinese wedding traditions are very important to me now. I love learning and listening to them. So, now that you've learned about the bridal dowry, the fortune teller, and betrothal gifts, also the 6 etiquettes and the 3 letters, I hope you get to go to a Chinese wedding in the future. Thank you.